Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it. So here's what you get. From Canada, Ryan and
Jason. Good day and welcome to another episode of the Worst of the Best podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me again is my brother, Jason. Jason, how you doing?
Doing all right. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Doing
Good.
well. So this episode, Jade, will come out after I do a recording with another guest co-host. We're covering Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come out before this one. So it's gone music episode, non-music episode, music episode, non-music episode. But anyways, I'm just geeking out a little bit because I've been listening to it for the last little while to get ready for it. It's only 8 tracks, Just 8
Right.
tracks. And when you actually listen to the quality of that music and the compositions, it's his third album. And he was like 23.
I know the artists back then, even like Aerosmith, Dream On, he was
Yeah.
like 18.
Yeah,
It's insane. However many years later, those tracks hold up so well. And you think, you know, how like it was Metallica and when they were like 19, 20,
Yeah.
when they first hit the scene, and all those old school rock bands and that thrive today were so young.
Well, and I was also thinking when I was listening to, like, let's say, of course, a song you know very well, Born to Run. I'm thinking to myself, we talked about AI in our last episode together, and the thought occurred to me, like, when will AI be like that? You know what I mean? We always talk about AI music. We've heard AI songs. Sure, it's good for like maybe a Doritos commercial jingle.
Yeah.
But when you listen to Born, I was listening to the bass line and the piano and the different. Is AI ever going to be able to replicate what the human can do when it comes to music? When it comes to that kind of intricacies,
I think it can do the intricacies. It just can't do the human
soul
connection.
part of it.
Yeah, the soul part of it.
Yeah.
Because music is like a mathematical equation, right? We know what works and what doesn't work, harmonies and melodies. That's all built into any song. And if I sang off key, which I would, I can't sing.
If
When I sing, it doesn't sound good.
No.
So we could all pick that up. But the human connection that would be missing from AI, I'm hoping.
Yes, you can make a guitar sound, all that stuff. Absolutely. I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's something to like the way it builds and the way that, I don't know. Did you hear about that band that tricked everyone? That's an AI band that tricked people for a while. It charted, I think. I forget the name of it.
Oh, I mean,
I saw the news.
We've been
on
tricked
that.
before. Even true human stuff like Milli Vanilli, we were tricked, right?
Yeah,
Not
well,
that it's AI or anything, but we can be tricked emotionally or become attached to things that aren't really quite what they seem to be.
The AI today is basically, I think, what the printed press was. It's going to change the world for better, for worse.
Yeah, I still think there's going to be space for human-made art.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that will truly disappear. You can enjoy fake music if you want. Even in photography, you can manipulate pictures. Even if you do, that doesn't mean it's not artistic or there isn't a connection to what the ultimate product looks like. But if a human participates in that process and they create a vision of what they had in their mind, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right, so there's a little bit of update on the shows and the release orders and stuff. So looking forward to discussing that with my co-host. Husey is his name. So I guess it's going to already been out. So if you haven't listened to it or you're interested in hearing some talk on Bruce Springsteen, go check that out. Now, warning labels, Jason, they are important, especially for, let's say, like laundry or clothing. I think that's always good. Like I always check, can I iron this shirt? Like Becky just got me this new collared shirt. Can I iron it? Can I put it in the dryer? Those are good warning labels to give you information about the product you bought, right? But these are warning labels that are put on things where you think, really? And the reason why these 10 things that we're going to talk about today, folks, have warning labels is because it turns out people needed them. Yeah. Have you ever read a warning label, Jay, that helped you, that actually did inform you, where you were like, oh, I'm glad I know that?
I'm sure.
Common one is laundry, probably, right? You probably looked at your clothing to see if you can iron it or put in the dryer or No, you never done that before, ever? Like,
I suppose I have.
Okay, it's another one. Maybe chemicals that could be
like
mixed.
I was just going to say chemicals. Let's pretend, for an example, I'm going to clean the interior of my car.
There you go. Will this damage?
Right. Will this damage take away the color of the dashboard versus just cleaning it and polishing it? Those are probably something I would just kind of confirm. It's always disconcerting when it says, do this in a test spot.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Something. Yeah.
In those situations, I end up just kind of going, it's probably not worth it.
I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. A better show would have had some answers here. I'm trying to think, have I ever done something where like, I should have read that. Should have read the label first. I'm trying to think now. I'm sure I have. I'm sure there's been something where, I probably should have read the label first.
I kind of have a memory or visions of, remember the old school Drano, the powder stuff?
Oh, I love that stuff. I love that.
I know it works, right?
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to use something with it. I'm trying to remember, and I would often mix the two. Maybe it was even just hot water.
Oh, maybe.
Or don't breathe the fumes.
I love pouring that powder. So
I know. I do
bubbles.
Yeah, it's working.
Because I buy the liquid stuff because I don't think they sell the powder stuff anymore. The liquid stuff doesn't feel like it does the damage. Yeah, I like to hear the gurgling and the bubbling. I love that.
Eating away the hair clogs.
It just eats it.
Scum. It feels like it's There's something very satisfactory, very caveman-like satisfaction.
Well, we don't have Drano on this list, even though people have drank Drano. Usually it's on purpose, right, to cause harm. But these are things where people maybe didn't necessarily want to do this themselves. So the reason why companies, let me give you a guess, Jay. Why do you think companies put on warning labels? Why do you think they do it?
People need to know how to use the product properly. Sure. Secondly, they want to be sued.
That's what we're getting at here, folks. These are warning labels that exist because the company didn't think they had to do it, but because somebody did something with their product, like, oh my gosh, we've got to put this on the label because someone can sue us and say, you didn't tell me I couldn't do this. So this isn't so much as protecting humans as much as protecting the company.
Right.
The first one. Okay, but speaking of clothes, Jason, and the type of clothes you can and can't iron, certain suit pants or polyesters, right?
Yeah.
Jason, there's one thing you never do with clothes. Don't iron them when they're on you.
Right.
Well, the warning, do not iron clothes while wearing them, appears on irons now. It's in the manuals and the tags and even molded into plastic due to real incidents. In the 1990s, for example, emergency rooms reported burns from people ironing clothes on their bodies. A 2002 case involved a Wisconsin man who burned his chest ironing a shirt before an interview. Such incidents cited in safety talks prompted lawsuits claiming inadequate warnings. Bless these people's hearts. I believe it's happened, but at the same time, I can't believe people are that. Is it
between an iron?
Yeah.
And your skin, all you have is the fabric to protect you.
I wonder what job this guy was interviewing for.
One that required an iron shirt?
Yeah, so he was smart enough or savvy enough to think, I got to have a non-wrinkled shirt for this. I want to look good. So he's smart enough to think, I want to look good. I want to look my best. But he's not smart enough to not burn himself. And why would he think I'm going to now sue the company? Like, I don't know. It's like having a warning label on boiling water. Don't put your hand in there.
Yeah, this sounds like he wanted a lawsuit.
But there was more than one incident, though. So now companies are like, fine, we're telling you, don't iron clothes while you're wearing them. Okay, Jay? Oh, I guess for the worst pick, I think there's two worst picks we could do here. We could do something that is the most ridiculous, which is this one kind of lines up. Like, this is the worst offense. And or the one that you wouldn't want to experience. So you have to experience one of these things. You have to be the victim. So which is the worst thing to be a victim of? Number 10 so far has both going pretty good for it. Burning yourself with an iron or
admit that you were the victim. How stupid do you have to be to...
Why don't we do that? You have to tell
somebody.
You have to tell 3 coworkers that you did this to yourself, and you can't tell them you're joking. So which is the worst one? There you go. I like that, Jay. I like that. Yeah. Okay, what do you got for number 9?
Okay. Chainsaw manuals warn, do not hold the wrong end of the chainsaw. This stems from real injuries when inexperienced users mishandle saws. Accidents happen when people grab the chain end to restart or clear jams, often while the chain was moving. Casual users, not professionals, sometimes braced saws against their bodies, causing severe cuts. Now, in global manuals, this warning alongside safety switches aims to prevent injuries and lawsuits, proving even obvious advice saves the limbs. Now, having experienced the use of chainsaws and other kind of...
Have you used one?
Like a chainsaw? Oh, yeah.
I've never used one. I don't think I've ever actually operated it. I don't think it's not like, or I've mowed the lawn many times.
I had a landscape company. So we use chainsaws quite frequently, actually, and hedgers, etc. They're all similar. I can see in a moment of lapsed judgment,
a reflex, almost like, oh shoot,
not thinking clearly and grabbing something like that, especially if you aren't using it frequently. And not using it frequently, like sometimes you get too lax.
Right.
You just kind of get maybe too casual with it. You would think that you wouldn't need a warning label, but I'm not sure people would need a warning label other than just a reminder.
You reach out, like, oh shoot, it's moving. You're just forgetting because it moves so quickly. It doesn't look like it's moving.
Yeah.
The one that they definitely need a label for is not to hold the chainsaw while you're trying to start it. That kind of makes sense. So you're trying to grip it and you're like, you're trying to move it, and then you start it and you got it in your hand. I can see that one happening without thinking, like, do not put your hand on the blade when you're starting this thing.
Yeah. Or the chain, sometimes they'll get jammed.
Yeah.
Or as they heat up, they can get loose and jump off the bar. It's like a bike chain on your bike, right? You just put it back on and
it kicks in,
and then maybe
again.
Yeah. Especially now they got these jam protectors, if that kind of jams, it will help you alleviate that scenario. But yeah, that's a nasty one.
Oh yeah,
I don't think anybody intentionally is. It's just lapse of judgments. And again, this is to protect the company. Most people don't want to have that experience. This is protect the company so that does happen, a lapse of judgment. They're like, look.
Yeah, it was there. Sorry you got hurt, but we try to warn you. I meant to ask you, we've done it so far. So we both have used irons. You and I have ironed many clothes in our life, many clothes. We were both church-going boys growing up, so we ironed many church
clothes. Ironed too many
times. So we were very adept. And me in the military, I've continued my ironing in the military. So I've used the ironing board and ironed many times. Chainsaw, I don't think I've ever operated a chainsaw, a weed eater, sure. But I don't think I've ever held a chainsaw and went vroom, vroom and cut something with it. I just don't think so.
Interesting. I find that very interesting. But you're speaking of a lawnmower, and there was a coworker many, 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 many years ago, close to retirement, and a lapse of judgment unclogged a lawnmower, ride-on lawnmower. Yeah.
What did he lose?
4 fingers.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
So this is somebody that, like I say, was like a week or two away from retirement. So he's been around this equipment his whole working life. Just, it got clogged, the chute, when to clear it out.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Right.
No warning label is required. It's just lapse of judgment, just not fully thinking it through. And people are like kind of in a rush maybe to get the job done or whatever.
That's when Jay's hair dryers. When's the last time you used a hair dryer?
It's been a long time. Probably the last time I used a hair dryer was to actually dry one of my children's hair.
Oh, when your children? Yeah, that's true. You probably used it on your daughter's hair back in the day when she was a baby or younger. Yeah, Catherine's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I now Becky, my wife, and now my daughter Madison, they use hair dryers all the time. They got these attachments with brushes and things. It's
crazy how expensive some are. They're like $800.
Don't tell me this stuff, Jay. I never.
I don't know what the ones they have.
Oh, I don't.
I've seen them like at Costco, like $7.79. I'm like, wow.
Even if it was half that, it's too much. Now, I used to hair dry my hair back in the day, back when I was a teen.
Sure. Yeah.
You remember you hair drying the bangs up and stuff, doing that in the 90s and stuff? So it's been a while since I used a hair dryer. I haven't used it since past 21, maybe. So hair dryer manuals, Jay, they do have warnings. Now you think, well, what? Don't use this in the bathtub? Well, that almost goes without saying, but that's not what their warnings are for. I'm sure that, I'm sure they're on there though. Don't use these in the tub.
Yeah.
But they have it also for something else. They have it for fire warnings. We know people blow dry their hairs in the bath and they get electrocuted, which is horrific. But people have fallen asleep. They're drying their hair. They're in their bed, blow drying their hair in bed, and they dozed off.
Wow.
And it causes their bed to ignite. There was a New Jersey teen whose dryer sparked her comforter, causing major damage. Such occurrences often involved lying down, of course, and then there's medication or alcohol use. So they, again, doze off. So the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission issued guidance prompting warnings on cords and manuals now. So many dryers now have shut-off features, of course, but the warning persists, highlighting how routine tasks turn hazardous. So, yeah, I do know that about blow dryers now the most, especially high-end ones, if they do overheat, they shut off. That's a safety feature, yeah. Back in the day when I did use a dryer, and I probably had the cheap Zellers Kmart dryer with the heated coil in the back that you could see heat up. Remember, you actually see you could actually burn your finger on the coil in the front.
Yeah, if you touch it,
Those are the days. You can actually see the heated coil. Yeah, so people have lit themselves on fire. So don't do your hair lying down.
Could you imagine back in the day when they used to have that? It's like Aquanet. You got your blow dryer.
Oh, I've seen people do that. I've seen that on video where people have lit the heat from the blow dryer.
Hairspray.
Yeah, hairspray.
Yeah. All right. The Dremel rotary tools used for carving, cutting, and polishing carry a warning. Not intended for use as a dental drill.
Remember, there's warnings on this drill. Now you think, what would the warning be, Jay? Don't hold the drill when you're starting it, maybe. I would say something like that, but there's a reason why.
I'm not sure if dental would have even, Is
it a finer tooth type drill? Is that the idea? Is it like a finer?
Yes. They're smaller and they got higher RPMs.
Oh, I see.
And so you're using less pressure or whatever, do the same amount, like to try and do fine tune. I often use it to help my kids. If anybody's familiar with the cup car rallies and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I would use a Dremel to help shape the cup car.
Not their teeth?
And fine tune it. Not their teeth. I never did dental work on their teeth. With a Dremel anyways.
Well, let's see why this warning label exists.
Yeah. This followed reports of people using Dremels for do-it-yourself dental work, like filing teeth or fixing crowns. A Florida man avoiding dental costs followed YouTube tutorials to sand a cracked molar, leading to an infection and hospitalization. Emergency rooms noticed similar cases, citing risks of nerve damage and contamination. Dremel added manual warnings to counter do-it-yourself medical trends and limit liability, showing why obvious instructions are sometimes necessary. That's crazy. I can see why somebody...
It looks like a dental drill. I mean, now that I'm looking at the
it's
picture.
Probably got high speed. I don't know the RPMs of all the different versions that they have. It would seem like it's possible, but I would suspect that the drilling tool isn't as finite as a dental specific tool. They're probably very, very hard and steel, very, very specific.
People have asked on Google, can I Dremel my tooth?
Oh, you can. Just don't expect the same results.
Yeah.
No one's going to stop you if you don't,
That's true.
You can do it.
It's a good thing we changed the criteria of what would you be willing to tell a coworker?
Yeah.
Because I think dental pain and teeth injury is probably the most. So I'd rather burn myself with an iron. I'd rather cut my hand, like not lose my hand, but I'd rather cut my hand with a chainsaw. What was the other one? Yeah, I'd rather start a fire in my bed with. I'd rather burn myself than have a drill with no Novocaine in my tooth with nerve damage. No, oh my gosh, it scares the crap out of me.
Could you imagine holding up a mirror or going close to a mirror with a Dremel?
Okay,
hoping you can identify everything's backwards and everything's backwards in the mirror.
I can't even handle the sound of the drill in the teeth. The drill in the teeth.
You're going on your right molar, and it's actually in the mirror. It looks like wrong tooth.
It's the worst scene in Castaway. I hate that whole sequence in Castaway when Tom Hanks' character has a tooth infection and he knocks it out with a skate. He knocks it out with the blade of a skate. He knocks it out of his mouth. The tooth.
I don't remember. Oh my goodness.
Ugh. Anyways, all right. Yeah, teeth. Yeah, Just floss and brush, guys, and you'll save a lot of drilling. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I love this one. The warning, remove child before folding, appears on strollers after there were times where distracted parents folded strollers with their children still strapped in. Okay, why would they think that the child gets folded with the stroller? Like, would they just carry the kid around like a suitcase? Hey, look, our kid folds too, honey.
So you buy the stroller folded.
Yeah,
fold it to put the baby in. Was there room for the baby when it was folded when you bought it?
Luckily, I don't think there's been any deaths. There were some minor injuries like pinched fingers or bruising. There was a California case where involved a toddler,
of course, California,
partially trapped during the folding, which sparked a lawsuit over insufficient warning. So the parents, there you go.
Yeah, I know.
Told the stroller, hey, you didn't tell us we couldn't fold our kid. These are people raising people. They're in charge of your child. Even if I accidentally folded my child into a stroller, like, oh, shoot, I hear screaming pain. I better undo this. It wouldn't even occur to me. I'd be too embarrassed to approach the company and say, you know what, by the way, I folded my kid in your product.
I know. It doesn't make sense to me. These people, I won't say the States. I'll just say people in general.
Yeah, people. Yeah, all around
litigious.
The world.
Is that the word?
Litigious.
Anything that I'm responsible for is everybody else's responsibility, not mine.
Another parent had their baby's leg caught in the folding mechanism. So there's been bruise, pinching. It's a good thing babies they're very bouncy and malleable. So the strollers may have emphasized easy folding. Because of this, though, I guess parents forgot to take the baby out. Parents sometimes forget to take the baby off the roof of their car. Sorry.
Okay, but the only thing I can see is something accidentally fold, like you hit a button or something. Like the baby's not.
That's what it is. Yes, that's exactly what happened, Jay. Unless the parent truly believed they could carry their baby in a folding stroller. I think the idea is, yes, the companies are saying, take the baby out first, then start the process of unfolding the chair. Okay.
Remember our little trick with our baby brother in the hide-a-bed? Was there a warning label on the hide-a-bed? Don't fold your younger brother in a hide-a-bed.
Yeah, if you were raised in the 80s, maybe in the 90s, and you had brothers or siblings, if you never got folded into or put a younger sibling in a folding hide-a-bed, you did not live life. And then you sit on the couch, too, right? You sit on it.
Oh, we just like fold them up and put them away.
Oh, it's so hilarious for suffocating a person. It's fun.
That was before the warning labels.
That's right. I bet you on hide-a-bed now, I bet you, there's probably so do not fold person in bed. All right.
Yeah.
Now, this next one I can kind of see, but go ahead.
Gas cans and fuel-powered devices carry warnings against checking fuel levels with a match or lighter, as people have caused explosions and burns doing so. In 2003, Oklahoma teens ignited a lawnmower tank with a match, suffering burns and scorching grass. Similar incidences in dark garages prompted fire department reports. Manufacturers added warnings to containers, caps, and manuals for lawnmowers and generators.
Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. It's dark or it's dusk, or you're trying to find the gas canister in the garage or the barbecue. You're like, well, he's got, oh, get my lighter. Give him a bic out.
It's exactly what I'm envisioning.
It's the guys, you know. We all know who they are. Hey, get my bic. I got my bic.
Mowing the lawn, drinking the beer with one hand, pushing the mower with the other hand. No shirt, Crocs on. Denim shorts.
But this kind of goes with the chainsaw. You're just kind of like, what's a quick resource of light that I have? Oh yeah, my lighter. Boom. Yeah. Okay. But now companies are like, hey, we told you, flammable. Yeah. You know, you're looking for the propane tank that you're going to use for the barbecue to flame. Yeah, it's flammable. All right.
Yeah.
This one. Jay, have you ever used a pool noodle? You ever gone swimming, use a pool noodle? You know those pool noodles?
Yeah, I know exactly what they are. Yeah.
You get slapped them against the water. They go, yeah, yeah. The idea is you put them around your arms, your legs, and you're just floating. And if you hold them, you stay above water. But they are not actually life-saving devices. So the pool noodle companies have said, no, this is not a life-saving device. So unfortunately, this one's horrible. There was a child who lost their grip on a noodle and drowned because I guess the caretakers thought, hey, he or she is safe with the noodle in the pool and they can't swim. Thus, the child drowned. So this prompted manufacturers to add clear labels on packaging of foam saying, basically, these are toys. If your kid can't swim or if you can't swim, you are to wear a life jacket.
Doesn't have the strength or size to hold on to. That's what it sounds like to me.
If you have it around your armpits, you could definitely stay afloat, but you're right. You'd have to position yourself. But I guess you could toss someone a noodle if that's all you had to save them from drowning. But,
100%.
But they're not officially life-saving devices. Yeah.
It sounds like the child was using it as a toy, as the label says.
But they couldn't swim.
They couldn't swim or hold on to it or didn't have the strength or the grip strength to hold it. And they slipped off.
No offense to the parents. I'm a parent, but man, know your freaking parents, know your kids. I have never, ever not been with my child who can't swim. Ever. I'm not trying to cast aspersions. That's not my intent, but it's such a preventable thing. The parent or the guardian is the child's lifeguard. You are the lifeguard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like when you're at the pool, just like anything, just when you're crossing the street, you're the crossing guard. When you're going to the store, you're the security guard, really. As a parent, your job is to protect your child from the wilderness. And swimming is a wilderness. If you, the parent, can't swim or your kid can't swim, you better keep your eye on them. But I don't know.
Water, a pool is a little bit different, but water in general is just, we as people are just out of our element in water.
Oh yeah, we're not really.
It's not the place to.
You know why your fingers get pruny?
No idea. Just a lot. Does it lose?
That's a myth. No, it's what I heard. And this makes sense. Is evolution that when we were more water creatures or humans spent more time in water, it's for gripping.
Oh yeah.
So your texture of your skin changes to grip. Yeah, I like that. I don't know. I always like the idea that we get soggy, but because your knees, your skin doesn't, it's your fingers that get that way. Think about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if your whole body did that, your whole body wrinkled. Oh, gross. Well, you don't. Oh, man. All right. What's the next one?
Yeah, the iPod Shuffle back in 2005. Remember those little things?
Oh, yeah. I love them.
iPod Shuffle. Yeah. Simpler days, kind of.
Yeah.
The iPod Shuffle, launched in 2005, was a small, candy-like music player that prompted safety concerns after a toddler swallowed its clip, requiring surgery. This led Apple to add the warning, "Do not eat iPod Shuffle," on packaging. The caution addressed the device's choking hazard, especially for young children, as Apple anticipated misuse. So similar warnings appear in other small Apple products like AirPods.
Yeah, I get it. This is, again, just for this, what do you call it, lawsuits.
Yeah.
Again, if my kid swallowed, or a child that was taken care of swallowed an iPod, AirPod, I wouldn't even consider looking at the label. Hey, wait a minute, Sony, did you say my kid couldn't swallow this? I would just say, oh crap,
right?
It's my job. That's what I mean. It's my job as a parent to make sure you remember
things happen, right? Things happen.
Of course.
They grab a Lego piece, crayon, or
how many times have you put your finger to kids' mouth to get something out of their mouth? We've all done it. You probably haven't parented if you haven't got your finger to kids' mouth to pull it out of their mouth. What do you have in your mouth? You run and nope. Yeah,
it's like a rock.
Yeah, rocks. I've raised a few kids. Yeah, I think every one of them, you end up somehow pulling something out of their mouth.
Yeah. And I wonder how many things I should have pulled out that I never
never caught.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
To this day, Jay, I remember, I don't know how old I was, but I was young enough to do it, but old enough to remember it. I pulled a half-eaten chalk bar out of an ashtray and I ate it. And I'll never yeah, I think it was Snickers. I'll never forget it.
I hope it was.
Yeah. I'll just never forget the, again, being young enough to think, oh, chocolate, yummy.
Yeah.
But then old enough to remember the ash. Like, anyways,
that's the risk to reward.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, power through. It's that chocolate.
No.
I need the chocolate. So I'll admit to something.
Oh, sure.
Maybe you remember this. Actually, two things regarding things that I'm eating that I shouldn't have. Chapstick.
You've eaten chapstick?
Yeah, when I was like young. It was so flavorful.
He's 12.
Right? The cherry, the cherry chapstick. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You just kind of start chewing on it.
Yeah, you just nibble on it. Sure. I can believe that. You're probably not the only one. It's chewy and flavorful. Sure.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, remember the grape flavored Dime Tap?
Oh, Jay, you probably went to school high. I remember you drinking that stuff. I remember discussions like, who's drinking all the Dime Tap? You probably went to school drunk. I remember catching you drinking it like it was soda. I think I remember that.
It just
you went to school high. We're talking grade school. This is grade school, but I do remember the Dime Tap discussions. Either seeing you do it, and or like who's doing it type discussions in the house.
And even to this day, the orange or grape crush drinks, or the Mr. Freezies, like all those type of really intense flavors, I've always enjoyed. Maybe it has something to do with the Dime Tap, but
sure, yeah, you're addicted. That's funny. Went to Betty Ford Clinic for Dime Tap addiction.
Like 7 years old.
That's funny. That proves that eating these iPod shuffles when they first came out, what we're trying to tell you folks is that even if you don't admit it, kids put things in their mouth. They just do.
Yeah. I wonder about the cap. I don't was there a childproof cap on those back? I don't think so back in the day. I don't recall.
Oh, childproof stuff was invented because of people like me and you. That's why.
Yeah, I don't recall having to do any extra steps. It was like
there was no safety. When we were kids, we were the last decades of no safety. Like on the playgrounds. Everything was a death trap, man. It's a death trap. We didn't have car seats when we were kids. We sat in our parents' laps in the car.
Yeah.
There's no car seats, no safety seats. That's weird to think, man. And the irony is, nothing happened to us, and we were very happy. A child is obviously much happier to sit with their mother in the lap of a car than the car seat by themselves. Yeah, we're not safe, but we were happy.
Going off the car seat thing, remember being in the back of Dad's pickup truck?
Oh, yeah.
Lying down and
on the blanket and pillow and
driving like we're going on a road trip.
Yeah, we're on a road trip. We're just lying in the back. We're camping in the back of the pickup.
Sleeping on like a highway doing 80 kilometers an hour.
One brake slam, our necks are broken.
I know, it's crazy. One quick little swerve, there's a deer in the road.
At least we should have faced the other way. We should have had our legs forward.
I remember like looking out the back. Like,
oh, yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that little Datsun, the baby blue Datsun, 79 Datsun.
Yeah.
All right. Another one that kind of goes with this one, Jay, is you got your soft plastic fishing lures resembling gummy candies and scented to attract fish. So, of course, kids have swallowed these. There's a toddler. They swallowed the lure, but they did get it out with endoscopic removal. There's other injuries like this as well with hooked lures. Of course, yeah, it goes without saying the lures are made of PVC, and this can cause, obviously, terrible chemical issues if you chew through them. So manufacturers have added the harmful if swallowed labels and icons warning against child or pet exposure. So, yes, the children and the dogs not reading this is up to the guardians to keep these things away from kids. But the labels are there to protect the company. Yeah.
Yeah. That one just makes sense. I can see that.
That gummies, sure. The soft, smelly little lures. Yeah.
The last one here. Industrial grade toilet brushes in hospitals. Psychiatric facilities and prisons carry the warning, do not put in mouth or rectum. But what if I want to? This follows incidences where individuals, often in distress or custody, ingested or inserted brush parts causing emergencies. A U.S. prison case involved an inmate injuring themselves with a brush handle during a mental health episode, sparking a lawsuit and safety review.
They had a warning.
Yeah,
don't put this in your mouth and don't put this in your bum.
Now, the only thing is if you're having a mental breakdown, warning labels are of no use, clearly.
This is where it's not for the user, it's for the company. saying, well, so it's up to the guardians, the prison guards, right? The prison workers to say, well, we got to make sure this person can be in the bathroom where there's a handle. So that's why the company's like, well, we told you. It's up to you to make sure this is in a safe spot.
Yeah, it just can't be. Yeah, exactly. It just can't be in the same locations as people can use it dangerously.
All right. So there you go. That was fun. Obviously, harm and death is not fun, but more of a lighter episode. And we wish everyone to be safe with all this stuff. But now, Jason, the worst of these things, so the worst offender, the one that you have to tell 3 coworkers that you did this. And you can't say I'm just joking. This is like, yeah, I can't believe this happened, but I did XYZ on the weekend.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
You have to be honest. Like, which one is the worst? You can't just say, I was playing with a pool noodle. Oh, I thought it would save me. Okay, come on.
Yeah, so that's why I was just about to say number 1 in that pool noodle. I think we should exclude from the list because I don't think either one of us would participate. Like, I don't want to include the death of a child in the discussion.
Oh, no. It's just the idea that not that you died, but you could even say near drowning, meaning you thought it was, you thought it was a life-saving device, but you had to get saved by the lifeguard instead. We're not talking about dying. We're just saying, what were you caught doing?
Well, it's like number 1. I hope you would pick number 1 too. I mean, I think we should just exclude. Like, I don't think either one of us would be.
Well, you never know. I don't know. I'm not. No judgment. I'm not trying to kink shame anybody. Yeah, you have to tell your coworkers that you inserted. Well, you don't even have to say the rectum. You can just say your mouth. You ate. You nibbled on the brush part. Yeah, we can even take the rectum part out if you want, because that's pretty obvious. But
I mean,
what would you rather do? Actually, which one's least? I don't know. Which one's least gross? Would you rather have the rectum or chew on it? I don't know.
I mean,
remember, you're not really doing it. You're just saying that you did it. Yeah, this one's tough because then you can say, okay, I guess there's 2 answers. Which one would you not want to have happen to you, and which one would you rather say you did?
It's always number 1.
The dental one scares me, Jay. I think I might rather eat a brush.
Would you admit to trying to do dental work on yourself?
That's what I'm saying. I would rather suffer. So the worst thing, I should say, the worst thing to have happened to me for real would still be the dental. I think I'd rather take the handle brush either way than that. Oh my gosh, this is the worst. This is the worst of the best.
So
this is why we do this.
You'd be okay. Yeah, I tried it. I tried the toilet brush. And
it's not about what I rather, but yeah, put a gun to my head. My life, like, you have to choose your life. So one's done in private. Is what I'm getting at. So one is done in private. Nobody knows that, but you will suffer whatever it is. So the worst thing for me is still to suffer. I'm not even trying to be crude or crass.
Right.
The idea that you take a drill to my tooth and the pain that you would suffer.
Yeah. Why you pick number whatever that one, the Dremel?
Sure.
I'd rather
that's tough.
admit that I participated in that.
Oh no, admitting that's what I mean. 2 different things. So one is you actually have to experience it, and the other choice is you have to tell a friend, but you didn't experience it. The worst is the brush one, meaning like I'd go up to my coworker and say, "Hey man, on the weekend I saw a toilet brush in a public bathroom, and I gnawed on the brush." That's the most embarrassing story to tell, because you'd always be manly to tell. Man, I had a toothache and I took a Dremel drill. I tried to do it myself, man. Like, people be like, well, you're crazy, but I guess good for you to save a couple bucks to the dentist. So that's an easier story to tell. But the one to experience for real, but nobody knows that you experienced it, I might lick a toilet brush over. Anyway,
okay.
Both of yours are still number 1, regardless. One does happen to you, but nobody knows. The other one, everyone knows, but didn't happen to you. That's the 2 picks. The easiest choice is obviously, I'll just play in the pool with the noodle. That's easy. That's the easiest choice.
I don't think I'd want to participate in any of the toilet brush stuff.
One way or the other?
One way or the other. Like
in reality or telling anyone. That's your worst. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You're manning up. You're manning up to that drill. You're willing to take that drill to your tooth nerve.
At least I can go to the dentist and explain to him what it is that I tried to do. And they go, "You're an idiot," but I get it. To experience the toilet brush and have to admit that I experienced the toilet brush?
No. So the picks are, sorry, I think you're doing it, but just make sure we're clear and our listeners are clear. Yeah. So one pick is you just have to say it.
I don't think I would want to experience the toilet brush, and I don't think I would
want to tell anyone that you did.
To tell anybody.
Oh, so you're on the same for both. Okay.
That's not me.
Oh no, this is the worst. Thankfully, we don't have to do this at all. This is just all thought experiment. I love how people at home who refuse to play, it always bugs me. You're playing in your head, whether you like to admit it or not. You've made a choice.
I wouldn't want to do the tooth thing.
No, you shouldn't want that.
No, but if I did, at least I can kind of explain what I was trying to do or why.
But you wouldn't have to explain to anyone. That's the whole point. Like if you did the drill, you wouldn't have to tell anyone. It's done in private. Nobody knows. The thought experiment is your body resets to not having to go through it. That's all. Yeah,
I still think number one. Okay.
Right.
The brush thing.
All right.
Not me.
Well, like I said, today was more of a fun thought experiment episode. Obviously, don't do any of this stuff at home. Please, folks, search.
Do we have to put a warning label on our show?
Oh, good point. Yes, this was just a fun thought experiment episode. Do not try any of this stuff at home. Believe the labels. They're there for your safety more than anything. They're there to protect the company, but also for your safety, folks. Remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud. And today for Jason, it was the toilet brush experience for either telling and or experiencing. For Ryan, it was for experiencing. I think the tooth pain terrifies me with the drill work on my tooth. And you have to do it to yourself. Or the brush. Yeah, you get the point. We explained it. Thanks.